President Trump and congressional Republicans return to work this week, facing enormous pressure to achieve major policy victories and carry out such basic acts of governance as providing disaster relief in the wake of Hurricane Harvey, avoiding a default on the nation's debt, and keeping federal agencies open. So far, there is little evidence of progress. On Sunday, a proposal from Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin to attach recovery aid to legislation raising the nation's borrowing limit quickly drew objections from conservative lawmakers seeking spending cuts, and Trump and the White House have only recently engaged with congressional leaders, who must navigate the demands of conservatives but also those of Democrats, who have the votes to derail most bills in the Senate. Republicans are scheduled to discuss tax cuts at the White House on Tuesday, Trump's first direct engagement with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell since early August, when the president criticized the Kentucky Republican on Twitter and in an expletive-laden phone call. On Wednesday, Trump will meet with leaders of both parties, his first face-to-face meeting with top Democrats since January. Even before Hurricane Harvey swept across southeastern Texas, the White House and lawmakers faced a series of dire deadlines likely to establish September as the busiest and most challenging month so far in the Trump presidency. Among the most pivotal decisions is how to avoid a federal default when the government reaches its borrowing limit at the end of the month. Failure to raise the debt ceiling could plunge financial markets and the economy into turmoil. Trump administration wants to tie Harvey recovery aid to debt ceiling legislation. Lawmakers and the White House also must extend government spending beyond September to avert a federal shutdown, and deadlines to reauthorize a flood insurance program and extend health insurance for low-income children also loom before the end of the month. Approving a Harvey aid package and beginning talks toward the GOP's top legislative priority, an overhaul of the tax system, add to the pressure. Mnuchin's revelation Sunday on Fox News that Trump hopes to include disaster aid in debt ceiling legislation provoked conservative lawmakers who have pushed for spending cuts in exchange for their support for raising the debt limit. These lawmakers were already signaling plans for a rebellion over the entire September agenda if leaders don't agree to major cuts and changes to expensive federal programs such as Medicaid. Rep.